far away. Where is a road that leads me back again? What can I say? I've lost my way. Return my heart, return my soul, return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. The rain evening colors on the way. Beneath my feet down busy street, reflecting the messages of a different day. Was this my home? I should have known that nothing stays the same. Return my heart, return my soul, return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. Return my heart, return my soul, return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the The rain reminds me of a distant day. My yesterday so far away. Where is a road that leads me back again? What can I say? I've lost my way. Return my heart, return my soul, return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. The rain evening colors on the way. yesterday so far away. Where is a road that leads me back again? What can I say? I've lost my way. Return my heart, return my soul. Return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. The rainy evening colors on the way. Running my feet down busy street, reflecting the messages of a different day. Was this my home? I should have known that nothing stays the same. Return my heart, return my soul. Return me to the place I used to know. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be. Where the lights and the stardust meet. Yeah, I'll be walking down the painted street. Walking down the painted street, that's where I wanna be.
That's what I want to be too.
Children of the lawn with me.
There you go. Walking down the painted lawn. Hoping I don't
Happy
make
Monday,
it
you
alone.
children of the lawn.
Where's my
We hope everybody had a very nice weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, we did have a nice weekend.
Yes,
we had
we
a very
did.
nice weekend.
We were productive.
We were productive.
We were.
We were. We got a lot done this weekend.
That's right. And we watched the race too.
And we watched a race too. How do you like that?
And we were disciplined enough to watch the race hours later because we recorded it and watched it hours later. And Steve didn't go on his social media and read.
My social media.
Yep. And it was Instagram, I believe.
No. Oh, what? For when Will won
When
the
Will
Indy-
Power won the Indianapolis
How many years
500.
ago
We're
was that?
watching this freaking race for
How many-
hours. A couple of years
How
ago.
many years ago was that?
Oh, whenever
It was
Will
before.
Power won.
It was before the dark age here.
It was before COVID. We were watching it for hours, Indianapolis 500, and Steve was for Will Power, and he follows him. And then, right when there's a half hour left to the race, Steve picks up his phone because there was a boring portion, and he looks at Instagram and he goes, what? Oh, no! Oh! And I went, you know who won the race? And he went, yes. And I went, Will Power, because I know that's the only one that he follows. He said, I'm not going to say,
If it
but
was
I already knew. It's like watching a football game or a basketball game, and you got 15 minutes left, and then somebody's like, oh, and you know who they're for, and you can tell he's happy, but not trying to let on.
You had no idea.
So now he is not allowed to look at that social media until after the race. Oh yes.
Yeah, because old Lewis Hamilton tweets like supermodel.
Does he?
Yeah. Or what? No, he Instagrams.
Well, he was quiet for months
he's gonna
there.
be quiet.
Okay, so Soup says yes. Sue is watching Ozark. So are we, Sue?
Hey.
God, Ruth. Ruth is out of her mind, and we love her.
Wow.
We didn't like her as Anna when she was.
I bought it though.
I bought it. She's a great actress.
But wow, she
Yeah.
is absolutely
Ruth,
Ozark
man?
crazy.
Yeah, when she went to Chicago and saw Wendy and Marty, and
Oh, we don't want to,
we're not giving it
maybe-
away. Sue says yes.
It was nuts, right?
I know. It's great. She's great. She's great.
No, absolutely.
She
spoiled.
won an award for that role, and
She should have.
We
She also should have been arrested for that role. But
and we also watched, which felt like it was months. It
Oh,
felt like being in a recording
God.
studio. The Beatles thing that's on Disney Plus, because as Steve told you the other night, I signed up for Disney Plus for $2.99 a month for a year instead of $7.99.
and if you sign up, she gets a new car.
No, I don't.
But let me tell you about the Beatles thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Tell him. Tell him.
If you, man, it was like being.
In a
It was
recording
like
studio.
It was like being back in the day.
It was.
It
so
was
boring.
so perfectly exactly what happens.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
they were planning on making a
exactly what
documentary.
happens. Exactly what happens. And it's amazing.
Well, we know why it
And-
wasn't a documentary now,
Yeah.
because it would have put people to sleep. But it
Well,
was
'cause
very
it's
interesting.
boring as piss. I mean,
Boring.
it's like
That's right. I did an interview when I told.
I wouldn't want to watch a film of my rehearsals.
No.
I hate
Anybody's.
rehearsals.
I hate the recording studio. It's so boring. Okay, Mark Visconti said it was too long, could have been cut in half.
Well, we cut it into like 5 pieces, so it was pretty
We
good.
watched the whole thing, though.
No,
and-
listen, it was, first of all, I mean, if you really consider what that is and who those people are and what they did, that's amazing that it was archived for all these years.
Ah.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't matter whether you're in the Beatles or you're in
Okay.
Rat Race, rehearsal, that's the way it is.
Yep.
Just like that.
Okay, Laurie Richardson says, where did you get Disney Plus for $2.99? Okay, I'll tell you what I did.
Oh, here we go.
Hulu sent me by mistake, try Hulu for a month. So I signed up, and when I did, it says you can also try Disney Plus for $2.99 or ESPN Plus for whatever. I wasn't interested in that. So I said, okay, I'll do the Hulu for the month free.
I love it when you do the Hulu.
And I had to,
I mean, no, I
and
really
I had
do.
to pay for the Disney for $2.99, and I was fine with that. But then they told me, "Oh no, you shouldn't have got that email because you already got Hulu for a month for free." And I said, "You know what? How long does this last?" And they said, "For a whole year, you can get the 2 channels for like 11 something with." That's including text. So
You're like
for
those kids.
$11 a month for Hulu and Disney Plus, I'm in.
Yeah, you're like one of those kids that goes and gets back at the end of the trick or treat line.
No, I didn't do that.
No, Remy.
Remy.
Yeah, this is she's signing the dog.
Well, yeah, I did do
dog
that.
up.
I signed me up for
Hi,
a
Remy.
free month.
How would you like Disney Plus and a bunch
Well,
of
because I
other
have a bunch
crap?
of different email addresses, so I did. I signed
Man.
me up for 1 month, and then a couple months later, I signed Remy up under a different email address, so we got it for a month free then. And I think I signed Steve up. So then they sent Remy. Hi, Remy. Would you like to try Hulu? I was like, yeah. So I said to him, my son got that, and I don't know what's going on, but he would love the Disney Plus. So they said, well, yeah, you can keep the Disney Plus, but you can like let go of any of it anytime you want. You're not locked in. And let me tell you what.
Listen, Verizon, can we stop now?
It's
Whatever you are, the
Comcast.
dish.
Hey, Lori, did you go see Jeff Seitz and Stuart
yeah.
Copeland in Atlanta?
Did you? Yes. Did you?
Did you go?
Tell,
Did you go?
Tell.
Huh? Tell us, Lori. We're waiting. Oh, Chris is watching Better Call Saul tonight. So are we, Chris. We love Saul.
Yes, Chris.
We love Kim.
Actually, no. I thought we're doing Ozark.
But we got Salt
we have
too.
to. Yeah, we got. It's tough. You got to be in the right mood.
Sue
for
said
salt.
that's a great way to get those channels. You see, I gave you guys a tip. Oh, and Laurie, she went. She said, yes, I did. Awesome. Yay!
Oh, good. How was it?
Did you
Was it
see
good?
Jeff? Did you see Jeff? He was there at like 8 o'clock in the morning. He had to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning for 10:30 sound check, and they didn't go on until like 7 at night. But that's showbiz. Tim McCullen, NHL playoffs. We don't watch hockey,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We
some
don't.
people might.
We have friends that used to play hockey.
Right. Well, Dee Dee watches hockey.
Does she? Well, so she would
Okay,
know.
so Lori missed Jeff. She was just in time for the show. Well, at least you made the show.
Okay. Well. Okay. Now we're okay. Well, it looks like Brad and Colby are queuing up.
Oh yeah, we have Brad and Colby talking about what, Steve?
Yeah.
What are they talking about tonight? Jukeboxes.
Well, yeah, but there's a whole thing. It's really cool. Where everybody's all excited about it.
Oh,
And there's so much stuff we may have to do it in 2 parts.
Sue planted some petunias today. Love that.
Okay,
And
that's a
Kitty,
good
we
thing.
read that you got your Oreos and grosbeaks. Love that. Our bluebirds flew out of their box, so that was successful.
Hope you enjoyed Arbor Day.
I'm growing firebush plants from seeds. Seeds I picked off of the plants.
It's true.
And orange jasmine from
Okay.
seeds that I took from my
Well,
neighbor's plant.
listen, Lou Manfredini.
Lou Manfredini, oh my gosh.
No, but don't get, please. Don't get started fixing stuff. Oh, now we know how to fix this. Yeah, we sure do.
Oh, Brenda saw hummingbirds today.
Okay. Well, here we go. Here we go. Everybody's in the house. In the house. Here we go, kids.
They back?
Who's back?
I don't know. Christian L said, "Get back, the Beatles."
Oh,
Is
yeah.
Paul really dead? No, but Paul was the genius. Let me tell you that. He was a genius.
Ah,
Oh,
look at you.
yes. I like a theme.
Look at you. That's great.
Oops, I'm not supposed
That's-
to run.
That's great.
Wow, Steve!
Thanks, Claucus.
I didn't know he
What's-
did that.
I like that.
What?
I like that. You know, wait.
What is that?
What is what?
Hey,
All right.
His notes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, see this? There, that's the book.
Oh!
oh,
What's that? What was
it's an
that?
Apple notebook.
That's the famous guest book.
Oh.
That is the guest book.
Oh,
Very
I'm on the
nice.
second one.
Oh, I see. That came with your Mac, the little Apple sticker.
Very clever. Because I thought it was like a $200 notebook.
Yeah, it's a $200 made by the right hand of left-handed people. Okay, so guys, how are you?
What's happening?
How are you?
Well, you're happening. I've been thinking about jukeboxes for like a week.
Yeah, because last
over a
Monday
week.
we had
Because
no power.
we had no,
Well, we had power.
the blackout or whatever.
No
it was.
internet.
Well, that was something.
I'll tell you what, I was really bummed because I really was looking forward to this show. And,
Well,
Yeah.
now what are you doing now?
I know, so now is now.
Here we go.
We were going through DTs and we need Brad and Colby to teach us some
Yeah, it
stuff.
was not a comfortable experience, I assure you.
Look at how styling Dr. Kloppus looks today.
Yeah, I haven't been tied.
And he's, I think he washed his hair. What is it? April?
It's May.
Washed his hair, I guess.
You know,
Oh, you still got
this,
that point at the top.
so this show today kind of wrote itself. Sometimes you have to look really hard to figure out what are we going to do for a show. This one happened when I was driving in the car and I heard a song I haven't heard for a really long time, and I got a chance to listen to it a little bit more this time. And there was a lot of meat on the bones, and it turned into this whole show. So here it is. I was listening to a song that normally, again, I like all kinds of music, Foreigner is not typically a band I go out and say I'm going to go buy one of their albums, but
I concur.
What? They're like one
Well,
of my
because
favorites.
it's early, but it's early. It's earlier for
wait a
him.
second.
Foreigner and Fleetwood Mac.
Hold
Fleetwood
on.
Mac is another story.
Hold on. 1 minute.
Okay.
The reason why is because, again, when I was young and first heard of Foreigner, I was thinking of all their love ballads, all the soft stuff, okay?
Yeah.
But then when I heard the other day and listened to Jukebox Hero, I said, "Second, this song's got some chops."
That's right, Juice.
Oh, so does Urgent.
Right, absolutely.
But it's off topic.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Box Hero, yeah.
I was thinking about that song, so then I looked it up. And you'd never believe who the producer of that song was.
Who is it, Brad?
Let's try to guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes all.
Who was it?
Mutt Lang.
Mutt.
Yeah. So I said to myself, okay, wait a second. That's got some chops to it, and his voice was fantastic. I was listening to, the real tale of that story is a true story, or it begins as a true story of Lou Gramm waiting to get in to see Jimi Hendrix, and he couldn't get in. And he listened and he heard that guitar, and that really was the impetus of that. So I started thinking, what, that's really awesome that somebody would be that loyal, to listen to the one guitar and really jam out. Mick
That's
Jones.
how it says in the song.
Just one guitar. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Mm.
So it kind of got me thinking about the jukebox and the history of the jukebox.
Which is pretty amazing.
So let's go to first slide, please.
Let me just I'm going to look something up here just for grins because I have the,
Meanwhile,
was that
okay,
the
so
name
I
of
will
the?
tell
Oh
it-
wow, that's my jukebox. Was that
had
was
the
that
best-
Jukebox Hero the name of that album?
Yeah. I think so.
No, it
the
was
whole
the
album was called.
Foreigner 4 album that was written in 1981.
Foreigner 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the B side on that album was a song that I want to know what love is, and God bless him. It's a great song. I'm sure there were a lot of candles and people
A
happy.
lot of money was made off that song.
God bless him.
Yeah.
But it was divergent to what I wanted out of rock. So
But the good news is we are going to count down
right.
the top 10 jukebox songs according to somebody out there in the world.
But I want
of
to
all
talk.
time.
But I want to talk a little bit about the jukebox. So what you're looking at is actually a Wurlitzer, and if you know only one name in
That's what John had in his bar.
Yeah.
they were known for this Art Deco Nouveau lighting system that brought the jukebox into. I think that this generation doesn't quite understand how important the jukebox was.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Now,
because you-
and back then, it was a big deal to be able to hear a song. Whereas now you can just
Right.
get your phone and there you go.
So the jukebox served an incredibly important thing. Instead of having always live music, they
Yeah.
just put in a jukebox and filled up whatever the hall would want to listen to. So this was revolutionary at the time of people getting. But the key is how are we going to fill this? Oh, let's go to the next slide. So how are we going to fill this up and listen to it? Now this is the Seaberg Wall-O-Matic, and that was the table side.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So if you've ever gone to any diner,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I remember them.
Yeah, with the tabs on the top of it. That was sure.
I think if you go to Universal Studios, there's a restaurant there where there's some cars from the 50s. I think they had
did.
these, or they had something that looked like it
Sure.
on the tables. Yeah, I
Well,
remember.
the original Mel's Diner in L.A. had that. like a what do you call it, a car hop.
Yeah, and did they have one of those in Happy Days, the TV show?
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Wait,
so that actually go to the next one.
Okay. I had a question, but all right, I'll wait.
No, what's your question? You're gonna forget.
Those with those table ones.
Yeah.
What I don't get, when you picked a song,
Right.
where did it change the record? Because back then in the 70s, there were no, you know what I mean? I mean, where were the records?
know what?
You know what?
45s or something. Maybe the size of a
Like in
45.
the diner?
Well, that looks pretty. That looks like a full-size jukebox that you would
this
walk
one.
up and.
Yeah.
But the table size one, like when you were in the diner and you had it in your
That's what Gail
songs.
said, like the Happy Birthday one.
Yeah, it would pipe it back to the main machine. And
Yeah.
the interesting thing about that was
Everybody got it. Yeah.
people could get different ones. Like you didn't have to listen to my music.
I
But
thought you
they-
did.
No, then you'd get certain places where you did, where you'd put your quarter in,
Yeah.
and their song would start playing on your
Yeah.
on your whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, how come? So then they would have. Okay, all right.
Well, we had a little experience with one of those diner table
Oh,
jukeboxes.
Yeah.
When we first got together, it was my birthday, and we stopped at the diner.
Yeah,
And
but God, we were coming back from New Jersey.
so what? Oh, and he had been to this diner before. Yeah, he said, "Oh, let's stop. We got to go to this diner." I was like, "Okay," and we
Oh
go.
yeah, we had to go to this diner.
Yeah, because you knew what was on the jukebox.
Exactly.
So he plays a song and it's "Happy Birthday to you," and when it gets to the
And
person's
it goes,
name,
"Happy birthday, dear."
and then you have to say the person's name.
Oh man!
And
And
he
we
went,
were
"Lord."
we were crying, laughing.
But he knew about that song being there.
I remembered that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And just FYI, Foreigner 4 Jukebox Hero. I didn't realize Huey. I know Mark Rivera played on that. Mayo played on it. Bob Mayo. All good, good old friends.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
Junior Walker
And
played on
Dennis
her.
Elliott lives right across the river in Cape Coral. For those of you
Yes.
locals,
That's awesome.
Yeah, and his
see all the
wife-
stuff you learn
his
here
wife,
on
Iona,
Show and Tell.
We learned so much here on your show.
I
It's
know.
remarkable.
From
Yeah.
all angles. Hey, go to the next slide. I think we're going to like this one.
Slide Clockus.
That looks good. This is a lot like the one that the Fonz used to work on in Happy Days.
Oh, yeah, when you hit it and it would play.
The Select-O-Matic by Seaberg was so famous because it was like the first true 100 song capability. So there was really good type of action with that. And the funniest thing is they were known as a product fault is they would stick and you would have to bump them many times to drop the thing. And so it was like inside joke accuracy with the Happy Days, with the Fonz.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not know that.
That's interesting, and and I used to marvel at those things because I used to go to the beach in New York to Oakland Beach, which was in Harrison, I think. It's on the across from Long Island, near Playland and all that. And I would go hang out in the concession stand because that's where all the games were. And they had one of those with like so many records in it, and it was like just to watch it. I used to wait there. I'm 10 years old, 9 years old. Used to wait there for somebody to put a quarter in it or a nickel, whatever it was, and just
Put
to watch
another
the
dime
thing
in
go
the
around.
jukebox,
It was
baby.
unbelievable.
Meanwhile, Tim McCullough knew about punching it. He said, "Yeah, punch it, yeah."
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mark Visconti
Oh, works
said,
on a lot of stuff too.
Mark Visconti said that was rye, Steve.
It was what?
Rye?
Rye? Like rye? A wry sense of humor?
No, wherever you're
Oh, Rye,
seeing
New
the
York.
Look,
Rye, New
No,
York. Thank
rye
you.
toast.
Yes.
Right, New York.
Rye toast is more like Rye, New
Corned
York.
beef
With
on
your
rye.
brain. Toast
that?
green.
Corned beef on rye.
No. Rye is a town
Yes,
in
and that's
New
where
York, and that's where
The beach was
the
that he was
beach
talking
was.
about.
Well, the beach, it was weird because there was the Oakland beach, and then there was whatever, some no man's land beach, and then the Playland beach. But they all had fences that went out into the water. Like, I can't swim around the fence. I can.
Yeah. I love it. So, all of this talk of, the jukebox started me to kind of investigate, well,
Well, there's
what?
something else.
What?
My uncle had a
Oh,
Jeep.
my goodness.
My uncle, this is so weird because like 3 weeks ago, my uncle decided to move and he had this amazing jukebox and he offered it to us, but we really didn't have anywhere to put it.
What
It
was
felt
it?
terrible. Yeah, and now he sold it and it's sad because it was in our family for many years.
But,
Wow.
Yeah.
and
So we are going to dedicate the show to my uncle. and
That's
his
right.
jukebox.
and I want to show the next slide, please.
Wait,
Slide.
Uncle who? Uncle who?
Ah,
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob.
Bob's your uncle.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, this show's for you,
Right.
Uncle Bob.
I did the research on the top 10 songs ever played
My
in a
girl.
jukebox. And the top number 10 was, as we see here, The Temptations, My Girl.
My girl, my
Wow.
You see, now you don't want to go there with me. You don't want to go there with me
Why?
because do you see at what would be, I guess, 9:00, right?
The member of the band
Otis
at 9
in
o'clock?
that picture, right?
Yeah.
Let's see it a little closer.
What's
was
that?
like-
Oh, well,
He
here-
was
Oh, here, let me change your.
original
I got you. No, I got
member.
you. I got you. Here, I'll make it. Allow multi-pin. No, yeah, here we go. All right. So yeah,
Oh,
there's
there you go.
Beautiful.
yeah. Nobody else was in the band when, but Otis was the
They
last
had all
original
died
member.
or whatever.
Yeah, they had all died or moved on, whatever. And Otis was the last guy, and I actually I sang My Girl with the Temptations on stage at World Stage.
Yeah.
How
So,
fun!
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Got
It
his
was
picture in the paper.
yeah. It's
Very
funny
nice.
because, and the thing about it is, they were thinking, "Oh, this will scare the hell out of this guy." I have to show you the. If
Marcus Gunty said Otis was his man.
Oh, he was, man. He was cool.
Yeah.
But it was funny, man. It was,
Okay, so this is the top
yeah. So wait a minute. I gotta
requested
get everybody back here.
jukebox
Okay, there.
song.
This is number
Number
10.
10.
This is number 10.
It wasn't my happy birthday.
It was not.
No, you have your-
But
All right.
What's interesting? This song was important for so many reasons because remember at the time that this was written, getting your song played on the radio, there were a lot of optics that took place, and getting this group onto the radio at that time was tough. So this wound up having great legs inside of the actual place where the name jukebox come from. See, the name jukebox comes from the juke joints that people played them in. And they were, these were, sometimes makeshift bars, smaller places, not big, and oftentimes out in the sticks and where people needed to get their music the way they wanted to have it played. And it wasn't always, on the radio, but this song absolutely drove a point. Everybody had to have it. White, black, didn't matter. Everyone played this song.
And the jukebox came from, was it in the 20s?
Yeah.
It was back in the 20s. They called them juke joints.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where they came up with this concept.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Here we go. Now, I don't want you to get too excited about this.
All right,
Okay.
let's see.
Because we like to only deal with fact. We deal with no fiction here on the show. Everything is real, and we can.
Can we see the whole
and,
picture?
And we can. When
I have that picture too.
Yeah, you're painting the whole good.
Let's see it.
Oh,
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yes.
yeah.
Singing with the
Yeah, look at those pants.
And that's Otis next to you?
Yeah, no. Otis is actually on the other side of the stage.
Yeah.
But He's behind me in that shot. There's another shot, but yeah, it was amazing. That was one of the coolest things I've ever done.
And those pants allowed you to hit the high notes, apparently.
Yes, most
Yeah,
certainly.
Steve
Nice
always
shirt.
sang Led Zeppelin, so.
Most certainly.
Looking good, man. Looking good. And another Spinal Tap moment.
That's right.
Oh, we had many.
Well, the thing about it, the thing about that was I was a partner in that venue,
Yeah.
and
That's how
there
he was
weren't-
able to go up there and do that.
yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of acts that we had. I mean, we had a bunch of stuff, Sepultura and some really thrash, crazy shit, and then we had what's his name, Frankie Valli, and we had Expose. They were the first, a girl band, Expose, and we had
They're from Miami. My
yeah,
hometown.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Lisa
and-
and the Cult Jam.
yeah, we had like all, because it was a routing date.
LA
it was
Guns.
perfect. Howie Mandel played the room when he was still doing the glove
Okay.
Over his face.
Oh, Mark Visconti wants
So-
you to tell about Bittersweet Love on the jukebox.
That's right.
That's right.
Oh, this is very funny. All right. Well, I don't mean to take you off the course, but as far as the other time, God, for some reason, my brother, who, whatever, decides he wants to take us out, and he's going to take us to a strip club, but it's a strip club in Mayapack, which is like,
Yeah.
that's like a strip club in
LaBelle.
not even LaBelle.
Oh.
Wait a second, no, you can't stop here. I need to hear about the toothless one.
Okay, go.
Okay. So we go. It's called the Lake Lounge.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I mean, and it's like, talk about a jukebox. It's like the girls have to put in their own. They got to play their own set, and then get back up on stage and dance to the set, and then go
True,
down and
that's
put
true.
more quarters in if they. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, I've been to more than my share of strip clubs, but I'm kind of like over it at this point. And all
Because
of
we
a
were
sudden,
getting married.
yeah. Oh, is that maybe? I guess maybe he was trying to spoil it or something. I don't know. But anyway,
probably.
all of a sudden, I hear doom ba doom doom ba doom doom ba doom doom ba blah, and our single, the
Rat Race Choir, the one that
Bittersweet
Steve
Love,
wrote and
the
sang.
one that I wrote, starts playing on the jukebox, and the
and they
girls
had no
dancing.
idea that it was
They had,
Steve.
it was
had no idea.
unbelievable.
They had no idea. And Steve
Did
was
you
like,
get up and sing?
no.
No. No, I know too much about strippers. I know. We could do a whole stripper show, and we wouldn't even get near the surface. Of
Well,
it.
John was addicted to
Yeah,
strip
John had. I mean, forget it. I that's a whole nother
Steve was
show.
like forced to go to those.
I had to go.
In Japan.
Yeah. Oh God. Well, anyway, but so
Anyway, back to the jukebox.
So back to the jukebox.
So let's go to the next
Okay,
slide.
so my girl.
The next slide will be more than appropriate, thank you.
Okay.
So Bob Seger, Old Time Rock and Roll, number
Yeah.
9.
Number 9.
And it obviously took great legs from Risky Business,
Yep.
which in that movie, if you haven't, if you live under a cage, Tom Cruise, he rents his parents' house and turns it into a brothel when they go on vacation.
Right.
Takes out the Porsche. And of course, who's the U-boat commander? So this song, just gained infamy, and everybody. I mean, listen.
We were
And
all
th-
in our teens when that came out.
And what's so
Yeah,
fun-
and his name was Joel
that's right.
Cruz. Yeah,
Right.
it was
Yes.
Joel.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was really interesting about this song, because it kind of, if we're going to go through the length of this, the top 10, but this was like in the later of the crowd in the, late 70s, early 80s, because every single carnival and fair in America that had a jukebox bought that single, and just about everybody played it throughout the early mid 80s. And that song catapulted way up on the charts and skunked a lot of other big hits because of this feature.
Wow.
Well, you know, I wonder. I mean, I never really thought about it back in the day because it was just that's where the music was, and it's interesting because you take your music with you. Your music is never interrupted today. You're not turning the car off and your music stops. You're not going home and there's no music, and you're not leaving. It's the music is with you 24/7. But back in the nether days, your music wasn't always with you. I mean, it wasn't like it is now. And so to go to a restaurant, i.e. a diner, with a jukebox, man, you were listening to your songs and you were eating.
It's a big deal. It was a big night out,
But I realized something that you told me the other day about the juke joints, that for the crowd, if it was a country crowd, they fill it up with country. If it was a soul crowd, they fill it up with soul, R&B crowd. But it never occurred to me that who gave them the records? Where, did the labels say, here, play this record?
I have your answer because I was dying to know.
Oh,
So the Billboard 100 and also the Billboard 100 and also the different institutes at the time to judge where a song would be on the Billboard charts or whatever. One of the calculation factor was how many records did they sell, and at that time during the jukebox days, over 3/4 of all records were filling jukeboxes. So it was actually a pretty accurate barometer of what people were actually listening to.
And they were listening to
But wait a minute. But hang on. How many? The Seaberg 100 held 100 records, so we're going to call that, just for argument's sake, 200 songs, right?
Right.
A side, B side.
Or is it 50 records, 100 songs?
So that's really good. Seaberg, they were the ones that really kind of perfected the A side, B side. Wurlitzer was one side. So it really really hobbled. You could have 50 records in there, and it's only going to play 50 songs. Yeah. But the Seaberg could do 50, but play A, B, so they got 100.
Oh, nice.
Well, and it's interesting that you say it, because I remember the thing would go in, and it would get the thing, and it would either turn it to the left and put it down, or turn it to the right and put it down.
Stevie, what club did you have the high score on the pinball machine at?
Every one.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't move too fast, did I?
So the next slide is Blueberry Hill.
Oh,
really?
Yes.
Very popular.
And what's interesting about this? I mean, the song was written. It was released in 1956, but it was written, back in the late 30s, early 40s. And it was already being played around and redone and part of that whole exchange thing. But it was, it was Fats Domino that really brought that sound, that soul, that feel of, honestly, if you're in high school, you're going to park and have a nice date.
I found my thrill. Yeah, well.
All right.
Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to be interested to know, because I have no idea who's coming after this.
Okay, wait. One of our children of the lawn, Chris Chanel, says, Bob Seger System. I had the 45 record, Rambling Gambling Man. Do you remember that, Steve? Yeah. 1968?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so Steve remembers it, and Brad remembers it, and apparently Colby does.
Yeah, there you go.
Good song, man. You can't get rid of it. So the next one is one of the more controversial songs on the group.
Now that's interesting.
Come on, baby, light my fire.
Oh, yeah.
So this song, when it hit in September '67, it was like a bomb. because everyone was like, first of all, the sexually suggestive lyrics was kind of new for the radio to be playing, and it was really like, but it struck a chord with the youth, and everybody listened to it, and it had all this, the sounds, and it was just so like psychedelic, and it really was the acid wash, and it got onto the most conservative of all shows at the time, Ed Sullivan Show. And Ed Sullivan did not like the Doors at all. In fact, he was one of the few people, he never shook his hand.
He
Wow.
wanted them to
Did not
play
shake-
that song.
Wash his hand?
No,
Really?
he
Oh my
didn't
God.
like him.
He was sort of famous.
He wanted them to
Just a
change the
little.
lyrics. He wanted them to change the
Couldn't get
lyrics.
much higher.
Yeah, they wanted
Yeah.
they couldn't get much finer or whatever
Yeah.
it was.
I think I remember that from the movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
he went on and he said, "Screw it,
He
he did it
blared.
anyway. He did it anyway,
Oh,
right?"
he jumped right in the face of the camera. What are you gonna do?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
right.
mean,
That was awesome.
pointing fingers and everything. He could not have been more blaring. And it,
Nice move.
but again, it got into the ethos of America, and then everyone bought the CD. It found its way in just about every jukebox you could find, and honestly, it changed everything. That
And
song.
as a side note, you have no idea, once that song came out, the amount of Farfisa combo organ sales. 'Cause
What?
that's what
Yeah.
Ray played on the. That's what he played, the Farfisa.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
And it's funny, yeah. I mean, it's,
Farfisa?
Farfisa, yeah.
That's
combo.
very- That's good. That's good to know.
And I will tell you, for its day, the next song just as controversial.
Oh,
Let's
this
sing
is
it.
really cool.
I can't wait. So,
Oh.
Speaky Bobby Darin, okay? Splish splash, I was taking a bath.
Really?
He was young, and he had that big hit, and he wanted to do something different and more like edgy, and not be such a poppy little squeaky kid.
But he did
Yeah.
it in a way that was so
It was so cool.
classy
He
and so
went
cool.
to he went to see an opera, a German opera called the Three Penny Opera, and it was a music drama that started in 1928. Long story short, it's about a guy who's kind of like Jack the Ripper, and he's got these, flaring teeth. And, you won't even see the knife. And many of these lyrics were already pre-written
From the show.
from the show.
From the show.
And he was fascinated. He said, you know what, maybe I could throw a little bebop on that, and maybe we could twist it. And you know what, maybe I can get this on the radio. And blew people's minds. Because this was like, listen.
Honestly, I didn't know any of this till Brad explained it to me, and I thought all these years I just thought the song was so Rat Pack cool, and it turns out
long story short,
got a really interesting
this song
history.
turned into a theme song for the mob.
Whoa.
Just about every mob guy would love this because they looked at themselves as that Mac the Knife.
Yeah.
And it was,
I'm looking at the lyrics now.
Yeah, you gotta look at the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is Gail, our Children of the Law, and her father's favorite song was Mac the Knife.
Great.
Oh, wow,
he
cool.
just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I liked Peter Gunn.
Yeah, another great one.
Yeah.
Ah.
But not on the jukebox top 10. But yeah,
No.
Mac the Knife. That's a.
So what's the next one, honey?
oh yeah, we got the next one. Heard it through the grapevine.
Gotta have some more.
Oh, I guess you wonder how
Yeah.
I knew.
That's great. Yeah.
What was really awesome about this song is when it debuted, again, it was back in the day where this song was only 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
Yeah.
But it rattled the cage on so many different genre of people listening to music. It started being redone by other people. And one of the greatest groups that ever grouped, Creedence Clearwater Revival, CCR, I can't even pronounce it. They did an 11-minute version of this that had one of the greatest guitar solos ever, ever, ever.
Yeah. That's but Marvin.
Norm.
I mean, that's
Oh, please.
just
His voice was so
and that
smooth.
was. And the funny thing about it is that
Did you know him? Did you meet him?
I didn't know him. I never saw him, and I think he played at our high school back when before I was going there. I know I saw the Tops and the Temps at it wasn't my prom, but we got to sneak in and watch them for a few minutes. It was kind of cool. But no, I didn't know Marvin Gaye. But man, just smooth.
Now,
what can
okay,
you say?
Richard Wing, another Children of the Lawn, says he was going to mention the mob's influence on radio stations and promoters.
Yeah, well, that was I mean, that's payola. That
That's
was the
right.
whole
They probably
thing.
got all that money from the jukeboxes.
That's right.
Yeah, Seaberg. It's not a very Italian name, but it still works.
And just one side note again on this song, which was again one of the finest ever.
Hugely popular.
It still to this day, Billboard Pop Singles Chart surely became the biggest selling Motown single to date.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then who
And
who
what about
played
the
on that?
grapes?
Dr.
Don't forget
Clark?
the grapes. Remember the grapes, the dancing grapes for
Yeah.
the raisin commercials when we were like in the, I guess, 70s or 80s?
80s.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
that's what Gail said, that her and her friends
Oh, wait.
dressed up like raisins and
I
they
love it.
danced to that.
I love it.
Oh
We
no.
should have dressed up like raisins tonight.
The next one I think everyone's gonna love.
Otis.
Oh
Yeah, this is
man.
really
Oh,
like
you love that one.
Yeah.
He loves that one.
Yeah.
And then
You know-
Michael Bolton came and did it.
Yeah, I played that song with Michael Bolton actually at University.
He did it justice. Absolutely. So much respect for what he brought to it. But moreover, I'm a purist. That song, when it was released in 1968, to this day, it's just one of these songs. It topped the charts and it never went back. Because I think that it doesn't matter who you are, you have to love what that song means.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest song. Love it.
No, it's cool, man. I mean, that's that's what it is. That's
Just to let you know, it won 2 Grammys. One Best R&B and also Best Male R&B Vocal Performance. And I couldn't agree with it more.
Yeah.
yeah, really.
So that's a big one.
Cool.
What number is that one? Is that 2? 3?
So where are we at? Next one.
Research.
We're at number 2.
All right.
I think number 3.
3?
Here, let's.
Where are we?
Oh, yeah.
We're at number 3. Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
this song has a lot of meat to the bones.
We have
Okay.
Happy Days. Let's not forget Happy Days.
Right.
All right. So theme song for Happy Days. And go ahead.
This song, to your mom's story.
So this is kind of interesting. My mom told us a story that when she was in college or high school?
High school.
In high school. Apparently, she entered a dance contest to this song with whoever she was dancing with, and they won.
That's right.
Wow.
So she's got great memories.
And
Wow.
that song, that song just, if you were to take a crystal spot in this world and put the 50s in it,
Yeah, you
that-
just, yeah.
that,
50s.
that song nailed it. And that's why they chose that song on Happy Days.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, somebody's
Yeah.
predicting what the number one is.
Oh, we're at number 2.
Number 2.
All right. Well, I'll
Yeah.
let you guys strike,
Wow.
That's right, guys.
And guess who it was
Chris.
written by?
Who wrote it?
Willie
Willie
Nelson.
Nelson.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, and he recorded it too. He has his version.
I'm sure. Yeah.
And and this song is one of those songs, uncomplicated, pure, simple, perfect.
Loved it.
Living
Loved it.
forever.
And you know who else does this song? And you may not know who he is, but there's a guy named Raul Malo. He is from the Mavericks, which is a country band, and they're out of Miami, and they were probably the most entertaining band I ever had the pleasure of seeing multiple times growing up in Miami in college. And then they signed, I forget who they signed with, and they got sort of bigger. And then he's a solo artist, and if anybody wants to hear a pure voice, Raul Malo, M-A-L-O, I say
Crazy.
look it up. Not just crazy, but he does so much incredible stuff.
He sounds like
Elvis, only he's
got his own.
He's unbelievable. So that's
Raul.
Raul Malo.
And so
blow your mind. He'll blow your mind.
the next song shares a spot with another song.
Wait,
Oh,
is
there's
this
two
number
number
one?
ones?
Is this
We
number
have
one?
two number ones.
Two.
Wow.
Let's
Don't
see
be
it.
cruel.
Don't Be Cruel by Elvis.
Yep.
And the next one, also by Elvis.
Aldo.
Ando.
Oh, wow.
The reason why that song shares both 1 and 2 spots,
Was an A and B on the record, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
It was the
Wow.
same record A and B.
And he
Wow.
was popular. There you go.
It's been
Wow.
credited to that song has been in almost every single jukebox that has ever been produced out in public.
That's great.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really that's cool, and it's interesting because you have to think. They had to stop taking that survey at a certain point,
Right.
and I was wondering when we got to what's his name from Naples? Come on,
Bob Seger?
Bob Seger. Yeah. When we got
He's
to
from
him,
Detroit, actually.
I was wondering how far back. Oh,
Clackus.
yeah.
Is it
Listen,
time for a commercial break?
I was wondering if it, because certainly Elvis Presley and Bill Haley and the Comets have a lot more time in jukeboxes than anybody from the '60s. The Doors and all that. So I was wondering what the top spots were going to be, and it sure proves out that it would be.
Yeah.
56,
Okay, so
57.
Chris Chanel
Amazing.
says, awesome Brad and Kobe, you rock.
There you
Thank
go.
you very much.
Thank you.
This one was awesome.
It was
Thank
fun.
you.
It's very fun.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was a lot
Yeah,
of
it
fun.
was. Very
really
good. And you
Trip
got
down
to
memory
rock.
lane. Definitely a trip down memory lane.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun. It's good, man. And but the thing that stuck with me the most, Brad, when we had because we didn't touch on it a lot, but when I realized how empowering the jukebox made the listener, no matter what kind of music you were into, there was a place that had your box
That's
there.
right.
That was striking to me. I
Yeah.
mean, really, it was.
I used to go and put on the Supremes, Diana Ross and the Supremes.
Yeah.
And I'd play pinball, and I'd play better.
Well, now what was the Marvin Gaye
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm just interested in the Marvin Gaye song was "Heard It Through the Grapevine," right?
Yeah.
Just hang on a second. I'm not the best. Okay, here we go. I want to see because this is where.
Okay, so people are saying, great topic, love the show tonight. That's Kitty Tiger,
Thank you.
Children of the Lawn. Tim McCullen says, a great education, thanks. Laurie Richardson, another Children of the Lawn. Thanks, Brad and Colby, great show.
I thank you.
Thank
So
you.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone
really good.
loved it.
I'm looking at the players on this.
Right?
It was Norman Whitfield that wrote it, but I'm trying to see who.
Oh, Brenda, what a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
They
Thanks,
got
Brad.
to dig down to find out who
Last night
even
the
played
True,
on this album.
Lucente, fun countdown.
I
Oh,
can't
so
even
yeah,
find-
you got all the Children of the Lawn loving this one.
Yeah.
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 Take it.
It's a fun, memories. We all have memories of these songs for one reason or another,
They
and
stir the
Yeah.
soul.
you know what? It's the beginnings of music. Popular music for masses of people to hear. So
And make you feel good again.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's what it's
And it
what
takes
brought
you
people
back.
together. That's now it's such music, almost fosters isolation because everybody's got a set of buds in, and
Yeah.
But hey, listen, we can
Hey.
go on about that. At least they're listening to
Yes,
music.
but great show.
Yeah, really
Everybody
good.
loved
Well
it.
done.
Jukebox hero.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent, excellent. All right, I gotta go find
right.
somebody.
You go find
Wait,
them.
wait,
We'll
wait,
be
wait,
right.
wait, we'll find it.
Time
Thank
for
you,
our
Fred.
commercial.
Thank you, Colby.
We'll see
That
you
was
guys
awesome.
next week.
Take care, guys.
Most of you know I live in Southwest Florida now, and one of my favorite places to grab a bite to eat is Jason's Deli. Scott and Diana Willis have been in business here for over 20 years. The truth is, Jason's Deli has bigger choices of better food. You can eat healthy and enjoy the taste of quality ingredients. They're open 7 days a week for dine-in, pick-up, or deli delivery. With 4 convenient locations from Naples to Cape Coral, Florida, they are a must-try. Jason's Deli, where all good things come from wholesome ingredients. And Bradley's Jewelers in South Fort Myers. Diamonds, bridal, you name it. Estate, custom design, and expert repair. Bradley's Jewelers, South Fort Myers.
They specialize in amazing moments. Yes, they do, kids.
Yes.
You know it.
They do.
You know they do.
do.
Where am I? Hey, here I am.
Okay.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, it was fun. A lot of fun. And it did. It brought me back to, I would always, when I played pinball, I'd always put Diana Ross and the Supremes on, and
Pinball?
I played better. Yes.
Where did you
pinball.
play pinball? Where you were listening to the Supremes?
In New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Before you.
Oh,
Oh,
You know, I'm sorry, Lori. I never got to say hello to you before. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, Angus?
he's
I am
good.
doing very well. I am doing very well.
Mascara's running a little bit.
You like that? Look, I got a new watch.
Let me see what
Alright.
kind of watch.
What'd
What
you
kind
get?
of watch?
No, it's just a cheap. It was a cheap one from Walmart.
Oh, well, you don't have to say that, Angus.
Yeah, you know.
I know.
say that.
$8.
Woo!
Wow,
It's
breaking
very
the bank.
stylish.
I love watches. I
Do you?
Do you?
Yeah, Franny asked me. She goes, "How many watches do you have?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm gonna have to count them someday. I think it's up around 30 something, 30 or 40."
My friend in Dallas, her son is 22 years old, and he wants to go to school in Sweden to learn how to build watches.
Ah,
And
that's
they only accept 2 students a year.
wow.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. But he loves them
Yes.
so much. Yeah.
I don't love him.
And
that
I
much.
could care less about him.
I like him.
John Entwistle gave me one for my birthday one
Yeah,
year.
I gave her a gorgeous.
It had diamond chips around it,
with a
and,
Nice.
black patent leather band.
and it's sitting in a drawer. Okay, so who we got tomorrow?
Yeah, what do we got?
Well, it's a light week, sort of. But on Tuesday night,
I don't think it's a light week.
no, it's not. Lenny Ackley, bass player, plays plays with Hindenburg, and he's got like 3 other tribute bands he plays with. But he actually got and played with Winger, right
I
here.
recognize Lenny. I think.
Kip Winger, and yes, Rod was playing drums.
Yeah.
And he played with him. I don't know what the circumstances were, why he got up and played a few songs, but he said you.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, he said you had jumped up with his band and played with him a long time ago.
Yeah, probably.
So he
He
probably
must be-
remembers
yeah,
him.
yeah. It'd be fun to reconnect with him. He looks. I know him. Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, Wednesday, of course.
Anything
is-
goes
Anything
Wednesday.
goes with Steve and Laurie.
Yeah.
I still like that. I can't get rid of that yet.
What?
I like
Laurie?
the fireworks and everything.
Yeah,
Can't get rid of the fireworks.
he likes
Oh, I
it.
like the fireworks.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's great.
Yeah, I just haven't found anything I like better yet. Okay, and then on Thursday,
Yes.
Best of.
Throwback Thursday.
Oh, yes.
So you're gonna try that? That's good. That's good. I think.
We're thinking, because everybody's working. Everybody's starting to work again.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, we have 2 years worth of shows. And out of those 2 years worth of shows, there's been some funny stuff.
Yeah.
So if we lose a Thursday, man, it's Throwback Thursday, and I'll just take a couple of clips and bang.
Yeah. Yeah, no problem. That's
I
great.
think that would be a good feature for Thursday
Yeah.
nights.
Yes.
There was some funny stuff, and why not repeat it? I mean, when I see a repeat of Friends, and I've seen it before, I still laugh.
Oh, well, we're at least that funny.
And I think we're up. I think we're up to 257 guests.
Wow. That's,
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
more than Heinz
Well, they
Variety.
deserve to be replayed.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. It's been. They say, there's so much negativity around that if you can bring something positive. I heard some bad news today about a guy that an old friend, somebody in the business.
No gloom.
And he was met with a challenge. We're all going to be met with different challenges. And he said, you know what, man, it's so crazy out there. We got to get the energy back on the positive side.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
People be kind
So
to
you
each other.
really, I mean, it's, let me tell you what.
This is a happy show. It's a great show. We had some real bad news yesterday, but I'm not going to bother anybody with
No
that.
gloom. No gloom.
No gloom. No gloom. Okay, well, then on Friday, of course, is Free for All Fridays, and look, Lori's there.
Oh, he got
Oh,
you.
my wedding picture.
Oh.
That's funny.
Wow, how pretty are you?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
everybody, get your request tomorrow for a Wednesday show if you want to hear anything or see anything.
Yeah, once we're,
But we're not taking them tonight.
so once
But-
I let Lenny go after the questions,
Yes.
that's your chance.
After Lenny gets off tomorrow night, that's when you let us know what you want to hear on Wednesday.
So,
All right, I'm going to go. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everybody. That was a great show. Had a lot of fun.
You're going to split. Remember to keep both halves. Okay, well, listen.
Okay, so Sue says she thinks it's a great idea about doing throwback
Yeah,
on
so do I.
Thursday. So there you go. And Lori just got an Invictus watch. Is that what
Oh,
she said?
Invicta.
Invicta.
Mm-hmm.
She loves watches. So there you go.
Well, Laura, you've been watching this show long enough. Did you catch the watch episode?
We had a watch episode?
Oh, we had a watch episode.
I don't remember that.
I'll have to go back and look for that'll be. You don't remember that? When I told the story about the watch war?
Yeah. I remember that.
Well, we told that story with pictures in the beginning before we started having guests.
You know how long ago that was?
Yeah, at least a couple of years.
Okay, well,
All right,
so
so-
tomorrow night we have bass player Lenny Ackley. He plays with Hindenburg, and apparently he played with Winger. So
And he must be a good bass player.
that's right.
And there's nothing better than a good bass player
Okay,
for drummers.
there you
We
go.
love them. They're, Anyway, if I don't see you in the future, I'll see you in the pasture.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.